everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori and I'm the face behind Entre Tejidos Crochet and Lori's Crafty Corner. Today's video is going to be another vlog of what I've been doing during the week. At this point, I think it's, most of the summer will be like vlogs, little snippets of what I've been doing during the week, as opposed to doing like challenge videos. Because challenge videos, they do require a bit more film time rather than just like, hey, I did this and I'm doing most of the crocheting off camera. But don't worry, we will find a way to do so. So enjoy today's video of a week of crocheting. Hi, this is update number 1. It's currently Monday and the weekend was very, very busy. But I did manage to finally finish Finnick Firefly and Bennett Bee. So I'm gonna show you that. I also finished sewing on all the spikes on the Dino, the Stegosaurus mod this morning. I did finish adding in Finnick's details, updated pictures, making sure that if I do have, because some of my patterns have like little notes like, oh, you can do this too. And then the notes, I like to add like a little arrow pointing to a specific picture. So making sure that everything's like cohesive and everything's pointing where it's supposed to be. After I finish doing this like update, I do have to do the same thing for Bennett Bee. And hopefully out of the 4 bugs, 2 of them will be done, except for adding like the final tester photos. Maybe if the testers find out something else that needs to be fixed, it'll be fixed, but for the most part these 2 patterns would be done. Here's Finnick Firefly and I just love how all the colors came together. I did the safety eyes with the pink pupil and the glitter color is Saturn. Even though he doesn't have any sort of like purple on it, but if you like pink and blue make purple. The other thing that I'm kind of obsessed about, and then I'll have to like include a picture of it here, is that this white yarn is glow-in-the-dark chenille yarn. I love it. I love it so much. Some of my testers have been using cotton glow-in-the-dark yarn, chenille yarn double-stranded with another sort of yarn. The first Finnick, here's how Finnick looks with neon yarn, and then this one is glow-in-the-dark yarn. In the instructions, I do place it as optional that you can color change when you're making all the, like every single row, but here I had a spotted one. I did not have to color change at all, but color changes are really up to you. I'm obsessed with these, and like I don't know, whenever I look at them from the top, it's like, oh my goodness, I have some chunky fireflies. Then I did finish Bennett Bee, and quite frankly he was already done. I just needed to sew on all the little details. But here he is. I kind of went for like a grape bee sort of thing. I wasn't too sure of, because usually when you think of bees, you think of like black stripes. So the darker color would be the black, would be like the stripes. But this time around, I used the darker colors, kind of like the main color. And then the stripes are in this lighter spotted color. But I actually quite like it quite a lot. I used white pupil mermaid eyes by me, and then I double stranded Parfait Chunky with Premier Yarn's Little Bunny. I just love like the little spot of like fuzziness there. And then let's compare the new one with the original. I did not have to do any sort of tweaks to the pattern, so they're pretty much the same except that they are different colors. And this is what I mean, that typically the stripes are like in the darker color, but I don't know, I like this. I like this a lot. Here's the Stegosaurus. This is I'm still naming it Danny Dino, even though you have like the Triceratops, the Stegosaurus, T-Rex, and so on, all those different mods. But I am obsessed with having been able to, like, what I had in my mind, to put it into plushie form, because you look at it from this side and it's mostly pink. And then you look at it from this side and it's mostly blue. And I am obsessed. And then just look at that. Look at that. I love this pattern so much. And then what am I going to do today? So after I'm done with this update, as I mentioned, I am going to work on finishing Bennett B's pattern, making sure that everything's as close to ready as possible. And then I'm gonna start working and taking pictures on the Brontosaurus modification. If I don't feel like doing such a big task, I might just start finishing. This was supposed to be originally Mason Moth, but now he's actually Bobby Butterfly, because I changed the wings for Mason Moth. I made them more square, but I don't have like the prototype for for the new Mason, so I'm gonna have to do that at some point. Let's see what I'm able to do in tomorrow's update. Bye. Morning. This is update number 2. It's Tuesday, and I was pretty much able to do most of the things that I mentioned that I was going to do. I have in this bag all the pieces for the Brontosaurus. I was finally able to make, and I have no idea how many times I frogged this part just to get it just right. It looks weird, but my thought process is that now as I start to work up the body, this part will be folded up like this. The body will be here, and then we can kind of like sew the head at an angle, and we'll see. Hopefully, like I'm excited that I got to this part. I was also able to make all 3 legs, and then this morning, like right before this update, I did finish the 4th one, because I kind of spent the morning just like finishing up little things. For example, I started this is 1 square for a blanket that I'm working on. It's a pattern test for Jelly Donut Knits, and I was missing the last row or round or row. I was missing the last row, so I was like, let me just finish it so I can fasten this off and move on to the next one. And this is such a pretty blue. It's Premier Basics worsted in Carolina Sky, and I'm obsessed with it. Now the colors for my blanket are going to be very bright, but not like in your face bright. So let me show you. Originally, the blanket was going to have these 3 colors. This over here, the green one is mint, and the pink one is taffy. And I got these colors because now I kind of want to add headbands to all my plushies, kind of like this. So I picked these out because, you know, nice, pretty, bright yet subtle colors. But then I was like, I kind of want to add a 4th color. For example, this one measures 8 inches. So if I made it 3 by 3, it'd be like 24 inches by 24 inches, which is not bad, but I kind of want to use this blanket as like a backdrop for when I make snugglers or loveys, that sort of thing. I don't know if 24 inches is going to be enough. So if I add a 4th color, then I would have 4 by 4, which would be 32 inches, give or take, hopefully. So what's the fourth color? So I went into my stash and I grabbed this purple color. And just look at that. Look at that. If only I had a yellow, but I don't. So these are the four colors. The last one, the purple one, is called Thistle. And this is going to be my project today. I do have to run a couple of errands today because today our schedule is inverted a bit. So in the morning we kind of had a nice chill morning, but the afternoon is going to be running around doing things. I do have to take my oldest to tutoring and then have to run a couple of errands, and I kind of don't want to lug around safety eyes and stitch markers and a whole lot of things, especially stuffing. So I'm just going to bring my yarn, my worsted weight yarn, and work on these squares. I also don't want to leave this, even though I do have until, I have the entire month of June. But the last time I tested a blanket pattern for Cecilia from Jelly Donut Knits, I was not able to finish the blanket. I did send final photos. I did kind of fake it till you make it sort of with the blanket. I did I did play around with how I took the pictures so that it looked finished, but it wasn't actually until I want to say November that I actually finished it. This time around, I don't want to do that. I also, the pattern has the instructions for this really pretty border. It's this very neutral beige color. So in order for me to send the final photos, I need to get on top of this. And the other thing that I was also trying to work up is the body for the new Mason moth. But I'm having this is spaghetti, yarn spaghetti. So I did pause. I just need 2 more rounds between the last row of legs and then the decreases. I'm mostly done, but if I need to take care of this before I can continue, so that's probably what I'm gonna do next before I head out the door. That's my update for today. Hopefully tomorrow I can come back and share how many squares. Hopefully, I think I'm gonna finish 2. We'll see if I'm able to do more, but for the most part, at this point, whatever I get done will be a bonus. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hi there, it's Wednesday, update number 3. I almost said 4, but it's number 3. What was I able to do between yesterday's update and today? One of the squares, well, almost, because I still need to finish this round and then another one, but pretty good progress. That was all I was able to do yesterday because I kind of had to take a little break after I ran the errands. I came home, basically took a shower and just started playing Stardew Valley. I was feeling a bit overwhelmed, and then but at the same time overwhelmed with what. Whenever I get like that, I always say to my husband, the world is a bit too loud, it's too crazy. So when that happens, I usually just grab a cozy game, which in this case is Stardew Valley. I don't crochet. Either I grab a game or I start to read or listen to an audiobook without doing anything, and that's what I did. And then in the evening we went to church for our Bible study, and this morning after making breakfast and doing a couple of things around the house, I actually got on the treadmill. I went for a walk on it. I did crochet while on the treadmill. I almost finished another of the squares. Sadly, I need to frog it because As I'm nearing the end corner, I forgot to make it how it's supposed to be. So I need to frog this entire round. I'm missing the pink one, but I'm excited for this. So why am I starting this like update with like bad news? Like I had to take a break. Well, it's not bad news. Like we need to take breaks from time to time. When I look back, like the last week or so has been very, very busy. We still haven't, even though I keep saying that we're trying to have like most of the activities in the morning and then having a kind of like a slow or leisurely afternoon. That's what I've been trying to do. But the last week or so, we've been doing a lot of other things that require that we get, you know, have to go out of the house and do different things, which is all good. They're all things that need to be done, but I kind of just want to go and get into like this routine. Anywho, I'm smiling not only because I do feel better, like my brain is clear. Breaks are also very much needed in order for patterns to flow. Yesterday I showed you that I had just the head, neck, and the 4 legs of the Brontosaurus. Today I've been working on it kind of like leisurely here and there, but I'm finally ready to finish him up. Mind you, he's not done yet. I still need to like tweak his neck, but this is what I mean that I need to tweak his neck because of the way that it's constructed. You do sew this edge here tight against itself and then kind of like push it back to get, just like look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. I just need to finish the tail part. That's it. I already made the leaf hat, which I'll like model on top of him, but I think I'm gonna make a headband. Because I also, in the pattern, you get the instructions for making like this neck band or a headband, but I kind of want to make him a headband. What do you think? I am obsessed. Obsessed. He is going to be sporting the standing option. So his legs can still sploot, forward. His legs can still sploot forward, but he can also stand up, which I also added into the pattern. What can we get from this update? Breaks are very much needed. Please don't be like me and wait until the last moment to take a break. You know, when you need to take a break, come back refreshed, and you'll be surprised what comes out from it. Maybe, we'll see, maybe I'll check back in later once he's done, okay? Bye. The frizz is strong with this one today. I finished the Brontosaurus. And I can't. It's still Wednesday. We are still on day 3. This is update number 3 or 3.2. I don't know. Like, oop, I need to hide that. I don't know. Yes, the head slightly moves, but it still props up. And then when you have it splooting like this, it still stands up. Tonight, I'll just finish Mason Moth so that that pattern is done. And then tomorrow, I will probably just have like, I don't know, like a pattern testing Thursday. So I will update you tomorrow on what I do, because I don't know which of the patterns I'm gonna start first. Although technically the blanket one I did already start, but we'll see. Anyways, catch you later. Bye. Hello, it's update number 4, day 4. It's not really an update, maybe just like a little catch up, because I haven't been able to do much of crochet, except that I did start another square for the sun-kissed shells blanket, even though I have not fixed the one that had the mistake in it, nor have I finished the other one. So hopefully tonight, while I'm lounging on the couch enjoying a movie with my family, I will probably finish those and this one so that I can officially have 4 squares done. Now, today's been one of those days where I know that I've been doing things, but I don't see a lot of progress, if that makes sense. Like, I've been doing laundry. I did finish painting some safety eyes for an order that needed to go out and that sort of thing. But crocheting, actually, this is the only thing that I've been able to do. But I already picked out my yarn for the Brits Stitched Puppuccino pattern test that I want to, that I got picked for. And so far, so good. I did work up the handle of the cup. I'm working on the cup. So far, it's been flowing pretty quickly. So hopefully I'll have this finished by tomorrow. And since I needed to drop by the post office to drop off the safety eye order that I got, I picked up the mail, and lo and behold, my Premier Yarns order was there. And I also got my package for the poly mailers. So let me show you what I got. So my poly mailers are nothing fancy. I just get this color. It's a lilac color. And the size, if I'm not mistaken, yes, it's 14 by 19. So they're pretty big. I prefer to have bigger poly mailers that I can just like fold differently for like a smaller plushie than having small poly mailers and having to like seal them together. It's a mess. In terms of yarn, what I got were 7 skeins of spring basix chenille so that I can finally finish my son's blanket. And since I'm making the same blanket for my other son, I went ahead and ordered 7 in surf, 3 of the cotton candy, banana, mulberry, forest, and sage. I got caramel and mustard, 2 of the pastels. And the whole reason why I say that this is more of like, not update, but like a catch up, kind of what I did was that even though I wanted to do a bit of crocheting last night, what I actually ended up doing was spending about an hour or so in my Etsy shop. And what I did was basically like, I removed some listings because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but when I go into an Etsy shop that has a bunch of listings, different listings, some are patterns, some are safety eyes, like I do tend to get a bit overwhelmed, and I don't want that to be with, like, I don't want my shop to be like that. So I deactivated a couple of the listings for ready to ship plushies. I also spent some time updating the keywords and titles and, you know, just like making sure that everything's like on point. It was something crochet related, just not crocheting. I just hope that by doing this, like, I've seen a couple of like videos about people who know their way around Etsy, that they actually recommend that you do this. Like, from time to time, go into your Etsy shop, check what's there. If you need to update photo listings for your photos, if you have to, you know, tweak certain keywords and whatnot, to do so, because it just gives like a little push to your Etsy shop. If you know of anyone who's looking to buy some plushies, you know, send them my way. I have pretty much all my patterns are pretty beginner friendly, and I do sell custom safety eyes. Hopefully I will try my best to finish these squares and this by tomorrow. So we'll see. Okay, bye. Hello, it's update number 5. It's currently Friday. Like, sort of update is that I finished my puppuccino, and I kind of want to make the kitty version of this. So it's the same cup, the color on the inside will be different, and then it's a kitty. This was one project that I started yesterday, as I showed you, but I had to stop making it because you would think that the amount of mistakes that I made working this up, you would think that I did not know what I was doing, that I did not know how to crochet at all. I was skipping things. I wasn't, like, my brain wasn't computing at all. So basically last night I took a break. I did not touch anything. This morning I was not feeling well. I had another wave of like pain throughout my entire body. So I basically spent most of the morning and a bit of the afternoon just sitting on the couch watching TV with my boys, and that's all fine. That's perfect. Rest is very much needed. But it was exactly what I needed, because by the time that I put this down, I only had the cup done. And then in a matter of like an hour, pattern testing hour, I was able to finish the entire thing, even embroidering the details, adding the felt mouth and everything. And in that same hour, I was able to finish the body for Mason Moth. So now we can get a better picture of, thunder, a better picture of the wings. But I'll probably work on the wings tonight so that I can finally take final pictures of it. I'm not in any rush per se because it's raining and storming here, so taking pictures is not gonna be the best thing today. So it'll be good if I like finish it throughout the night, and then tomorrow I'll take pictures early in the morning. The other thing that I did work on before I was like, no, I'm not gonna do anything else with it, is I did finish the pink square. And I started fixing the purple one. The purple one was the one that had the mistake in it. Turns out I thought the mistake was one round back. It wasn't. It was 3 rounds back. So I pretty much had to frog about halfway down, and then I started working it up, and then I'm in the last round. I will come back tomorrow with another update. Hopefully I'll be able to do what I set out to do. But yes, hold me accountable. I will do the wings because I'm missing the other half. So I have one of the larger wings and one of the smaller wings. I just need to make like the other set, sew it on, add the antenna, and he'll be done. And then I just need to finish the last 2 rounds of the green square and the last round of the purple square. So, see you tomorrow. Bye. We made it back for update number 6. This is the last update officially of this vlog. And you can see that I'm very, 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 very excited for it because we do need to take breaks from time to time. I feel like I said this in last week's video, but it's so very true because as I shared in yesterday's update, I had only made, or actually finished, 2 of the squares. I kind of, like, after not feeling well, I kind of got hyper and I was crochet hyper, and look, I made 4 yesterday and I already started on my 5th one. So look, oh my goodness, I just love how the colors are coming together. Let me see if I can like hold all 4 of the colors up just like, oh my goodness, like I'm already like thinking up on I love it, on the loveys that I'm gonna take pictures of there. In fact, even though like at the beginning of this video I said that we weren't, like I wasn't going to be doing a lot of challenge videos over the summer, I might do maybe one, like how many loveys can I make in a week or something, I don't know, because I've mentioned in one of the updates that I am in a lovey kick. I've been looking at Mama Made minis. I do have their book, I do have a bunch of their patterns. I've also been loving what BK Crochet has been putting out. I do have a few patterns from Shop Mod's threads, so maybe we might do like a highlight video of that. Who knows? But I'm just excited that I want to finish this blanket so that I have like a backdrop to take pictures of them. The other thing that has me very, very, very excited is that we finally have the true Mason moth. And look at him. Look, I don't know what I did when stuffing him, but he's so chunky. But the thing that has me so obsessed is, look at the wings. I was on the phone with a friend of mine as I was sewing them on, and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just did this, like for real. So I'm excited for this, oh my goodness. That's today's video where we went through a week of crazy crochet chaos. Next week's video is going to be everything I made in May, and we have a bunch of things that I've done. I have made at least 6 dinosaurs. I've made at least 6 bugs. Plus I've tested quite a bit of pattern tests as well. So if that's of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, commenting down below. I do try my best to get back to each of these, each of the comments that are left. And yeah, I will see you next week with another video. Have a very crafty day, and bye.